So I'm here with my client, Mystie Oldham, and she's a health and wellness coach. She's here to tell us about her experience of being in the program Fierce, Feminine and Free and some of the results that she has created. So welcome, Mystie.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Do you want to start by telling everyone exactly what you do and who you help?
Sure, I'd love to. I am a nurse by trade and became a nationally board certified health and wellness coach, realizing that our American healthcare system is set up for sick people. And I knew that there was a better way. I've always had a heart for women, which is why I started Bloom during the pandemic, like many people did. With their businesses, just to come alongside and link arms with other women that are trying to figure out, how do I invest in myself, mentally, physically, emotionally, nutritionally, and still be able to do all of the things, work, be a mom, be a spouse, and figure out what that dynamic really looks like. And so it's such a gift to be able to serve that population.
It's such a challenge, isn't it? I mean, as you know, I'm not a mum, I'm a pet mum, but I have a lot of my clients are mums, and it's so challenging juggling the demands of family with building a business and health and all the things. And I know that's something you really, really go deep and support women with, particularly around the kind of the time management and preparing nutritious meals and meal planning. So it's such a golden service. So let's talk about some of the results you've created in Fierce, Feminine and Free. I'd love to just rewind. And if you think back to just before the program, where were you in your business? What was going on? What was happening for you?
Yeah, I feel like I was kind of in this rat race and this mental block of, I have to be on social media all the time. I have to be constantly plugging away. And to me, that was the only way, right? I've worked with coaches in the past and it was like, you need to post so many times a day and use all these different hashtags. And it was inauthentic to me. I am so much more of a relational person. And so I felt like I was constantly in this struggle of spending hours creating things to get, a few likes or maybe a response or two and start talking to people that way. But really kind of struggled with, where am I going to be able to get traction, in this? They don't teach you how to run a business in nursing school. And so it's very new to me. And so before Fierce, Feminine and Free, I was just constantly, as you put it, the octopus on roller skates, and I had no direction, no vision as far as how I was going to grow and scale my business.
And I remember a conversation we had, and I'm sure you said something along the lines of you wanted to earn a certain amount. And I don't know if you used the words giving up, but I remember that you were like not feeling in a good place around it when we first connected. Is that accurate? Am I remembering right?
Yes, it's very accurate, especially going from a corporate job as a health coach. And leaving that income, it was very scary. And the easy way, I guess you could say, would be, oh, I'll just go back to work, even though my heart is here with my kids and being available for them, and just other things that we have going on in life. It doesn't seem like a reality. And now I have complete purpose. My days are structured totally differently than they weren't structured at all before, if I'm being totally honest. But it was kind of like, oh, I think I'll do this, instead of like living with intention the way that I am teaching my clients to. And so having that translation into business was revolutionary.
Wow, amazing. And it's only been 90 days, but I know you said to me, I want to earn a certain amount of money. I can't remember what it was. So let's talk about some of the results that you have created in Fierce, Feminine and Free. Did you do it? Did you create what you wanted?
I did. I have systems and structures, which I'm very much a free spirit. And so I was definitely a little put off in the beginning, thinking, is this going to hamper my creativity? Which in reality, it just kind of provided a tank to be able to be even more creative and way more productive. I signed a couple new clients, which was awesome, but having that system and structure to continue nurturing people has been amazing. I've done several in-person talks on different presentations for different events, partnered with a local fitness facility to help them with their meal planning and accountability, like being their specific accountability coach. Oh my gosh, I've grown my email list. So many good things to report.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'd love to dig into some of those. Something you have done exceptionally well, Misty, is you've taken the principles that I teach and you've really applied them offline. And you've gone, as you say, you've done speaking events and you generated a lot of leads at each event, right? Give us some ideas of the number of leads you generated at each event.
Did. Yeah, so I thought that I was living the high life when I was working with this local fitness facility and had 18 really prosperous leads to really work with. And then having spent 2 days doing a women's conference, I had 175 leads just from being in person. And that is so much more authentic to me to have those, I call them kneecap to kneecap conversations, where you're really getting to lean in and read body language and ask deeper questions, so much more so than I can do in DMs. So yeah.
Amazing. And I know that's one of the things I hear from people. Sometimes they think my program is just about DMing and it's so much more, but this is music to my ears. And I believe you also increased your prices. Is that correct?
I did. So I was pretty squeamish, just talking to people even about pricing. Obviously had some success with clients beforehand, but once I really stepped into owning my value and my expertise, my years of education and different things that I've done over the years, it was like, this makes more sense. And this feels so much more authentic to me to get paid for my value, for my worth.
Yeah. Are you happy to share what you raised your prices from and to? If
Sure.
you're...
So they've changed just a little bit. I started out at just under $1,200 US, so $1,197, and now my prices range anywhere from about $1,600 up to $2,500.
Amazing.
And it just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, and you've signed some clients, I know, on varying packages as well. That is absolutely amazing. I know that you talked about charging your worth and having these processes in place. Was there anything else you particularly got from the program?
I so appreciate going through the process with you and learning all of these different steps and having it into bite-sized chunks. There's something very magical that happens when you have a small group of women that come together, like our group that we had, and they were all such dynamic women in different places in their business. And so it was great to learn from them, but also just gain that knowledge from you. And you did such a fantastic job of keeping it, short with our videos that we had each week for our modules and the little workbooks that went with it. It was just great. I'm old. The pen and paper is totally for me. And so I printed out all of those things and I would go through it. I mean, almost like a meditation kind of practice. Like, this is my homework. This is what I need to do. And I just so appreciated the super high touch, hands-on approach instead of spend money on a coaching package and totally do it on your own. And it's easy to, let the crazy thoughts go and just find other things to do instead of actually sitting down to do the work.
Right. And so you had that habit of doing the work. We had our weekly calls. It is high touch because it's always an intimate group, and there was a process to follow. Before you signed up, was there anything that almost prevented you from signing up? What were you thinking?
I think timing. Our lifestyle is a little different. We travel an awful lot as a family. And so I had been admiring from afar for quite a long time. You spent almost over a year really just loving on me at little points along the way. And I knew summertime wasn't going to work because we kind of travel all year or all summer long. And so I knew coming back that this was going to be my time to sit down, be diligent, be focused. And so I was concerned about timing, but it worked out in like the most beautiful way possible.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you say to anyone who's thinking of joining the program and maybe either like you, they feel like they perhaps don't have the time, it's not the right time, or they don't have the money? What would you say to them?
Yeah. Know your value, and Julie will absolutely help you establish what that is and help to really solidify that in you. Your business is worth it. Your dream is worth it. and don't settle for anything less than the absolute best.
Wow. Powerful words, Mystie. Thank you. Is there anything else you want to say, anything else you want to add? Because I'd love for you to tell people where they can come and find you, but was there anything else you wanted to add before we do that?
No, it's just been such a great experience, and definitely lifelong friendships with the ladies that have been in our small group. As you said, it's very intimate, which I think really speaks so powerfully to just women entrepreneurs in general, right? We need that camaraderie, that community, and that's something that you do a beautiful job of creating. I would love to stay connected with your audience as well. I hang out mostly on Instagram at Bloom Health and Wellness, which is BLUM, acronym for Beautiful Life with Upward Momentum. So I believe everybody's life can have that upward trajectory, and we can find beauty in the process. So yeah, would love to stay connected with them via Instagram.
Go and follow Mystie on Instagram for sure. She gives so much value. And I believe you have a little freebie that people can get when they come and follow you. Is that right?
I do. I have a couple of different things. So I have a habit tracker that I think is so powerful to be able to see those little incremental steps. And then I also have a couple of sample meal plans on there for people with different taste buds. In my family, we say we don't yuck somebody else's yum. So there's an opportunity to really just find the best fit for you.
Oh, I love that. There's nothing worse than when you're tucking into your favorite meal and someone's like, that's disgusting. Right? Thank you for coming and sharing your story. I am so proud of you, the progress you've made. You've shown up and done the work. You've really taken the Warrior S framework and made it your own and fully shown up in Fierce, Feminine and Free. So I'm excited for you for what's next. And thanks again, Mystie.
Thank you.